Welcome to Monique Jordan's channel. Please like, share, and/or subscribe for more videos.
Fair use.
If you enjoyed this video, leave me a comment.
This year marks the 24th anniversary of rising star Aaliyah's death. The princess of R&B tragically died in a plane crash in the Bahamas after shooting the music video for Rock the Boat, a song that would become part of her final album. Still, 2 decades later, an air of mystery surrounds what went so tragically wrong on August 25, 2001, when an hour-long flight from the beachy shores of the Abaco Islands to Miami claimed the lives of the 22-year-old superstar Aaliyah D. Houghton and 8 others. And while her family and fans were still processing the sudden loss and an investigation into the crash was barely underway, Aaliyah's death was quickly eclipsed by another tragedy, Sep. 11. In the years since, there have been few explanations for why the plane was ever allowed off the ground in the first place. Arguments had broken out between Aaliyah's entourage and the pilot over the plane being overweight. After the crash, it was quickly confirmed that the small twin-engine plane exceeded its maximum weight limit by several hundred pounds. Plus, the weight was not evenly distributed, which would have made the plane harder to control once it got into the air. The last significant update came in 2002 when a toxicology report found that the inexperienced pilot had cocaine and alcohol in his system. It never quite added up. Why would Aaliyah, a known anxious flyer, be so insistent on getting on this small plane when it was clearly overloaded with baggage, especially when there was a chartered plane set to pick her up the next day? But we stumbled across what we believe is the final piece of the puzzle. It came from a man in the Abaco Islands named Kingsley Russell, whose family ran a taxi and hospitality business in the area. Shortly after the death of Kobe Bryant in February 2020, Russell made a since-deleted YouTube video describing how the helicopter crash was triggering because it reminded him of the day he watched Aaliyah being taken on board the fatal flight while she was asleep, knocked out by a pill that a member of her team had given her. Minutes after he saw her entourage carrying a sleeping Aaliyah onto the plane despite her previous protests about boarding it, Russell said he remembers hearing the unforgettable sound of the aircraft crashing into the ground. Russell's account was a bomb. Russell had been 13 in 2001 and wound up being in Aaliyah's orbit by working as her team's baggage carrier, securing the tip job by his Aunt Annie Russell, who was handling the team's transportation and scouting locations for filming. Annie Russell gave testimony at the coroner's inquest into Aaliyah's death in 2003, citing concerns of the team having too much video equipment to take on the plane. Kingsley's mother was Aaliyah's driver during her time on the island, which allowed Russell to chat with her on their way to the airport. Already experiencing a 2-hour delay due to the plane's late arrival, Russell claimed that Aaliyah grew even more flustered when she finally saw the small plane and refused to board it. At the same time, the pilot was insisting that the plane would be too heavy with 8 passengers, including Aaliyah's 300-pound bodyguard and all of their luggage and video equipment. Pushing back against her team, Aaliyah climbed into the taxi van, complaining of a headache, and said she was going to take a quick nap. Meanwhile, her camp continued to try and convince the pilot to fly them with all their luggage, according to Russell. Eventually, Russell said a member of Aaliyah's team came to check on her, and the singer reiterated that she did not want to get on the tiny plane and that she had a headache. It was then Russell claimed that the team member produced a pill, which Aaliyah took and fell into a deep sleep, which she remained in when the pilot finally agreed to fly the group back to Florida. They took her out of the van. She didn't even know she was getting boarded on a plane. Russell said in Baby Girl, she went on the airplane asleep. When Aaliyah's body was recovered nearly 20 feet away from the wreckage, she was still strapped into her seat, slumped to the left with her 5'7" frame folded over, according to the book. An autopsy report concluded that her survival was unthinkable, citing her extensive burns and major head trauma.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you come back soon. So till the next time, much love.